Nature's call, unplugging and discovering the joy of mountain camping. Hi everyone, I'm Charles, and this is Bianca. Today, we're talking about something really exciting: mountain camping.
That's right, Charles. There's nothing quite like setting up a tent in the mountains, surrounded by nature. It's a chance to unplug from our busy lives.
Absolutely, Bianca. Let's start with the basics. First, you need a good tent. It's your home away from home, so make sure it's comfortable and waterproof.
Yes, and don't forget a sleeping bag. The nights in the mountains can be cold even in summer. A warm sleeping bag is essential.
Good point. Now, what about food? You can't just order a pizza out there.
Definitely not, Charles. Bring easy-to-cook meals and snacks. And remember, you must carry everything out, so pack light and avoid waste.
Right. Keeping the mountains clean is crucial. Which brings us to campfires. They're a big part of the camping experience, but safety first, right, Bianca?
Exactly, Charles. Only make a fire in designated areas and keep water nearby in case it needs to be put out quickly. Never leave it unattended.
Safety always comes first. And speaking of safety, let's not forget a first aid kit. It's a must-have for any outdoor activity.
Indeed. And let's talk about enjoying the mountains responsibly. Stay on marked trails to protect the plant life and wildlife.
That's a great point. We're visitors in their home. Now, Bianca, what's your favorite part of camping in the mountains?
Oh, it's got to be the stars, Charles. Away from city lights, you can see so many stars at night. It's truly magical.
I couldn't agree more. For me, it's the peace and quiet. It's so refreshing to wake up to the sound of birds instead of traffic.
Absolutely, Charles. And for our viewers thinking about trying mountain camping, we say, go for it. It's a wonderful way to connect with nature and recharge.
But remember, preparation is key. Make sure you have the right gear, plan your trip carefully, and always respect nature.
Well said, Charles. We hope this conversation inspires you to explore the beauty of mountain camping.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on embracing the great outdoors. See you next time.
Happy camping, everyone. Stay safe and cherish the beauty of nature. Easy travel, essential English for train, bus, and taxi rides. Is this the right platform for the train to London? Yes, this is the right platform for the London train. How much is a bus ticket to Dublin? A bus ticket to Dublin costs €10. Can I book a taxi to the airport? Yes, you can book a taxi to the airport. Where does this ferry go? This ferry goes to Staten Island. Does this train have a dining car? Yes, this train has a dining car. How long is the bus ride to Manchester? The bus ride to Manchester takes about 4 hours. Can I pay for the taxi with a credit card? Yes, you can pay for the taxi with a credit card. What time does the last ferry leave? The last ferry leaves at 9:30 p.m. Is there a bathroom on this bus? Yes, there is a bathroom on this bus. Do I need to tip the taxi driver in New York? It's customary to tip the taxi driver in New York. How often do trains to Sydney run? Trains to Sydney run every 30 minutes. Are dogs allowed on the ferry to Vancouver? Yes, dogs are allowed on the ferry to Vancouver. Is there Wi-Fi on this train? Yes, there is free Wi-Fi on this train. What's the next stop for this bus? The next stop for this bus is Central Park. Can we hail a taxi in Paris easily? Yes, you can easily hail a taxi in Paris. Does this ferry have a cafe? Yes, this ferry has a cafe on board. How do I get to the train station from here? You can take the number 5 bus to get to the train station. Are there any discounts for students on the bus? Yes, there are student discounts on the bus. How long does the taxi ride take from Heathrow to Central London? The taxi ride takes about an hour from Heathrow to Central London. Should I buy my ferry ticket in advance? It's a good idea to buy your ferry ticket in advance.
From stress to rest, crafting the perfect evening routine. What is an evening routine? An evening routine is a set of activities done every night before going to bed. Does John have an evening routine? Yes, John has an evening routine that helps him relax. What does Emma do in her evening routine? Emma reads a book every night as part of her evening routine. Is watching TV part of Lisa's evening routine? Yes, watching TV is a part of Lisa's evening routine to unwind. What time does Michael start his evening routine? Michael starts his evening routine at 8 p.m. Does Susan include exercise in her evening routine? Yes, Susan includes a 20-minute yoga session in her evening routine. Why is an evening routine important? An evening routine is important because it helps people wind down and prepare for sleep. Does Kevin take a shower in his evening routine? Yes, Kevin takes a warm shower every night before bed. What does Rachel drink during her evening routine? Rachel drinks a cup of herbal tea during her evening routine. How does an evening routine help David sleep? An evening routine helps David relax and signal to his body that it's time to sleep. Does Linda use her phone during her evening routine? No, Linda avoids using her phone to reduce blue light exposure. What does Chris write in his journal during his evening routine? Chris writes about his day and plans for tomorrow in his journal. Is reading a part of Sarah's evening routine? Yes, reading helps Sarah relax and is a key part of her evening routine. What does Brian do to relax in his evening routine? Brian listens to calming music to relax during his evening routine. Does Mary meditate in her evening routine? Yes, Mary meditates for 10 minutes every evening. How long is Tom's evening routine? Tom's evening routine is about 1 hour long. Does Jennifer prepare for the next day in her evening routine? Yes, Jennifer prepares her clothes and to-do list for the next day. What does Alice avoid doing in her evening routine? Alice avoids drinking caffeine to ensure she sleeps well. Does Paul read to his children as part of his evening routine? Yes, Paul reads a bedtime story to his children every night. What does Emily find most beneficial about her evening routine? Emily finds that disconnecting from technology is most beneficial for her relaxation. I hope these examples are useful for your English learning. Thanks for watching.
Master English pronouns, adjectives, and prepositions easily. What is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. Can you give an example of a pronoun? Yes, he, she, it, are pronouns. What is an adjective? An adjective is a word that describes a noun. Can you give an example of an adjective? Yes, happy, sad, and blue are adjectives. What is a preposition? A preposition is a word that shows the relationship between a noun and other words. Can you give an example of a preposition? Yes, in, on, and under are prepositions. What pronoun would you use for Emma? You would use she for Emma. What adjective describes the Eiffel Tower? The adjective tall describes the Eiffel Tower. What preposition would you use for the cat is the table? You would use under for the cat is under the table. Can you give an example of a sentence with a pronoun? Yes, he is my friend. Can you give an example of a sentence with an adjective? Yes, the sky is blue. Can you give an example of a sentence with a preposition? Yes, the book is on the table. What pronoun would you use for Michael? You would use he for Michael. What adjective describes the Grand Canyon? The adjective beautiful describes the Grand Canyon. What preposition would you use for the book is the shelf? You would use on for the book is on the shelf. What pronoun would you use for a group of people? You would use they for a group of people. What adjective describes a summer day in California? The adjective sunny describes a summer day in California. What preposition would you use for the dog is the park? You would use in for the dog is in the park. Can you use a pronoun, an adjective, and a preposition in one sentence? Yes, she is happy in London. What adjective describes the Statue of Liberty? The adjective iconic describes the Statue of Liberty. What pronoun would you use for a car? You would use